What was once the favorite and is now non-existent anymore, I watched a movie called Blackberry, which is about not fruit.
I miss my Blackberry. I loved it with the keyboard. And the roller ball. Oh, I miss it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And legitimately watching the movie, because I've watched a couple of these like tech up-and-coming movies or like the TV series *Halt and Catch Fire*. So like there's a couple of them are telling these stories and they're interesting. And then they're written well enough or written in such a way that you're going to like fall, not in love, but you're going to fall onto one side of the story and like be on one character's side to support. And I got to say, it was not my favorite way to experience Jay Baruchel. He ended up not being a good guy at the end. He made business choices, which when you watch this movie and you understand, BlackBerry, it's just like all the other cell phones. No, it was like a startup. It was a startup when there weren't startups, and they made the concept of this mobile computing device, and they weren't really reinventing anything. They were kind of static. The iPhone drops, and that just destroys them.
Yeah.
So none of that's news, but the way the story was told and some of the character performances are really enjoyable. So Jay Baruchel, great. I love him in most comedy things. Him playing like a techie, not very outspoken character was fun, but his best friend, Matt Johnson, was hysterical and also like you wanted to murder him. Like the best friend that will like stand up for you and like shout at the top of his lungs that someone's beating you up and someone's treating you wrong, and he needs to shut up right now because like we're $1 billion company, so don't act that way. I'm not sure, because in the movie sometimes they'll do this for the audience to attach them, like be able to track that that's the same character all the way through. He had a headband, which really read like late 80s, totally fine, startup company. It's just two guys. That guy's got crazy hair. He wears a headband. He wore it until Blackberry wrapped. Like 12 years.
Fully committed
to like that style. And I'm like, I don't know that he maybe there's photographic evidence of like every time he wore the headband at work, but it wasn't an everyday occurrence. In the movie, he looks ridiculous.
That's his move, yeah.
But you really got to hate that about, him, that he isn't changing, he isn't growing, and he isn't, modifying himself for the way this business is. But he does get one of the best recaps at the end, little text blurbs at the end of the movie, that he may be secretly one of the richest men in Canada.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, because he sold out at the top. Like, he cashed out at the top right before it crashed. So he got all the money from that stock.
Oh, wow.
Before he got fired.
Okay. Now, you want to know, Ed, I just looked up images of actually him. Mm-hmm. A lot of baseball caps. I'm seeing no headbands.
What the heck?
It may have just been a character style choice to differentiate him, and he can't be wearing a baseball cap in every shot because that would ruin the lighting. But the headband was... That was a choice.
Hysterical.
And it stood out to me at the end of the movie, like, he's still wearing the headband. He's about to get fired. This has been like 10 years. Dude, you're 40. Get rid of the headband.
No, he was super into the headband. His character.
The main character, Jay Baruchel's character, is like silver-haired the entire time. So like he doesn't age much, but this one other character, like, yeah, the life and death of a company over a decade? I can't believe that you didn't change. You didn't make enough money to get a different headband. It just says Blackberry. Anything. It's a lot of fun, and I will say this, that what usually happens in these business takeover things is that somebody with business experience comes in, and they are the badass that gets all the business done. And you got the product and the ideas, but you need your badass. I loved Glenn Howerton in this, and if you don't know the name, he's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he's like the kind of, uptight one in that show. He's the most uptight. He's like playing a character who's like early onset pattern baldness, so he's like bald through the middle, so it's just all shaved off, and like he's got the crown of hair. It's like amazing. I'm like, is that him? He's going for it. He's really playing a serious badass or like mean business guy. All right, I love it. There's no comedy in him like at all. So ultimately, Blackberry, totally worth a watch, but it's it's old tech companies, which I may or may not care about more than other people. So that's my thing.
And where is that right now?
Oh, that's on Hulu.